You know, so then that was kind of like a hold up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And
did that make you want to be a rapper more, or make you want to make more money to get it back?
Nah.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah. Not by choice, but you know, I respect.
Yo, the internet is shook. Angela Simmons just casually dropped a single line that left Yo Gotti scrambling in front of millions. From viral crush DMs to luxury Maybachs and iced out watches, this fairytale romance just turned into one of hip-hop's wildest soap operas. Who's winning, who's losing, and what really went down between Angela, Gotti, and Glorilla? You won't believe the moves, the drama, and the ultimate power play. It's all about to unfold, and you need to see it. Angela Simmons didn't need a dramatic statement to shake the internet. Just 3 simple words did the job. When someone asked if she was single and pressed her to keep it real, her answer said everything without naming a soul. Instantly, the spotlight shifted to Yo Gotti. But here's the twist. Fast forward to now, and the roles are completely reversed. Gotti's the one chasing her down, lighting up her phone, and pleading for another chance, all after Glorilla publicly roasted him, leaving him humiliated in front of millions. Still, Angela's distance started long before that messy blow-up. She had already begun stepping back, posting less, staying quiet, keeping low-key. Fans quickly caught on, sparking rumors about what was really going on behind the scenes. Lavish gifts started stacking up, late-night conversations felt more like chores than chemistry, and rumors about their romance refused to die down. But to really understand Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti, you've got to rewind to the very beginning, the moment Gotti flipped the script. Back in 2015, he didn't just shoot his shot, he made hip-hop history. No slick lyrics, no cryptic posts, just pure honesty. On social media, he boldly typed, "I just followed Angela Simmons. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons." It was raw, fearless, and impossible to ignore. Fans instantly went wild, praising him for putting it all out there. Let's be clear, Angela Simmons wasn't just some crush. She's Rev Run's daughter, hip-hop royalty, practically untouchable in the culture. Gotti knew he was aiming high, but that didn't stop him. And shockingly, it worked. What started as a playful rap bar and a viral DM moment slowly transformed into something real. Fast forward to 2023, and Angela stunned the internet with a picture-perfect post beside Gotti, captioned, "You are everything I need." It wasn't just a cute couple photo, it was the official stamp that silenced every doubt. From the outside looking in, it seemed like the fairytale had finally come full circle. On the surface, Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti looked like a storybook romance come to life. Social media crowned them grown and sexy couple goals, finally giving hip-hop the kind of polished, powerful love story fans had been waiting for. But as we all know, filters can hide a lot, and Instagram has a way of making fiction look like fact. Behind the perfectly captioned photos, quiet whispers were growing louder. Those close to the couple claimed the sparkle was just for show, that reality didn't match the highlight reel. According to insiders, Angela was the one doing most of the heavy lifting in the relationship. One source even revealed she felt like she was pouring in more love, energy, and attention than she ever got back. And when you factor in Gotti's relentless hustle, long nights in the studio, industry politics, and constant travel, it becomes clear why Angela started to feel overlooked. The cracks had begun forming long before the public noticed.
Things are going this way, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Even down to my travel, I'm like, ooh, if it's like off, that flight ain't for me, or this ain't for me.
In Angela's eyes, the shift was clear. She wasn't his priority anymore. And that's when the fairy tale started to crumble. One thing about Angela Simmons, she's never been anyone's plus one. She's a boss in her own lane, running fashion lines, building her empire, and making power moves on her own terms. What she wanted was simple: consistency, security, and peace. Not just flashy headlines or a man flexing for the gram. But while Angela stayed focused on her grind, another name started slipping into the narrative: Glorilla. At the time, Yo Gotti's CMG label was untouchable, and Glow was everywhere. Recording sessions, exclusive events, after parties. Her rise was meteoric, fueled by the breakout anthem FNF, with Gotti himself pushing her into the spotlight. At first, it all looked like business as usual. But in the music industry, business has a way of morphing into whispers, and whispers never stay whispers for long. Then came the bombshell no one expected. Out of nowhere, Glorilla hopped on Instagram Live and threw shade so sharp it cut through the internet in seconds. In real time, she made Gotti look less like the powerhouse mogul he branded himself to be, and more like a man caught slipping. Just like that, his carefully crafted image took a hit, and the world was watching. In one moment, Yo Gotti lost it all: Angela's respect, his polished reputation, and the grip he once had on his own story. Think about how wild that is. This whole saga began like a rapper's dream come true, a bold confession of a crush that blossomed into a real relationship, one the public actually rooted for. But just as quickly, the fairy tale flipped into chaos, one of the messiest celebrity breakups hip-hop has seen in years. And here's the kicker: Glorilla didn't even need to spill every detail. One explosive Instagram Live was enough to set the internet on fire. Fans weren't slow to connect the dots either. They could see Gotti wasn't treating her like just another artist under the CMG banner. His moves spoke louder than any words. The clearest sign? That jaw-dropping birthday gift. He didn't pull up with flowers or a fancy dinner. He delivered a brand new Maybach truck, topped with a massive bow, like it was a proposal in disguise. That wasn't just generosity. That was a statement, loud and clear.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Come on over, man. Y'all whole squad, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Let's go! Working on the red light, and the red light, working on the red light, and the red light, working on the red light.
Let's be honest, regular artists don't just wake up to a $200,000 Maybach parked outside their door. That's not a casual happy birthday gift. That's luxury on another planet. So when Glorilla showed off the car with the caption, "You are the greatest," the internet exploded. Comments came rolling in, unfiltered. They are definitely messing around. Because the vibe? Way too intimate for a standard CEO and artist relationship. That wasn't business energy. It was proposal energy. But Gotti didn't stop there. He doubled down with an even louder flex, an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch, iced out in 18-karat gold and worth around $65,000. And of course, he didn't do it behind the scenes. He made sure the world was watching. Fans couldn't believe it. This wasn't some routine label gesture. This was personal, calculated, extravagant beyond the point of just business. That's when the real questions started echoing online. Was this really about music, or was Gotti sliding into something deeper with Glow? His actions only added fuel to the fire. Every time he mentioned her in interviews, he hyped her up like she was untouchable, the future of the game. Some heard the voice of a proud mentor. Others swore they caught something different, the tone of a man showing off the woman who had his full attention. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. Yo Gotti wasn't playing the role of a distant label boss cutting checks from the shadows. He was front and center. He showed up at Glorilla's birthday in Memphis, hit the stage with her, and hyped her up like her biggest fan. That wasn't CEO energy. That was a public endorsement, almost like he was staking his claim for everyone to see. And here's the thing, Glorilla never even had to get messy. She didn't disrespect Angela, didn't throw shade, didn't move sloppy. But her presence alone was loud enough. Fans couldn't help but ask, if Glow's getting Maybachs and diamond watches, what's Angela really getting? The optics were brutal. To many, it looked like Angela was being replaced in plain sight, and the replacement was an artist who was supposed to be strictly business. If actions really do speak louder than words, then Gotti's actions were deafening. While he was handing out luxury cars and iced-out gifts, Angela was on a completely different wavelength. One late night, she posted a cryptic Instagram story that stopped people mid-scroll. "I desire everything that flows, everything that goes, everything that flows." To casual followers, it looked like just another poetic caption. But to those paying attention, it read like a quiet confession, a woman hinting that she wouldn't stand by a man whose loyalty seemed to belong to everyone but her. Insiders doubled down on that interpretation, with one source saying, "Angela isn't jealous. She's not insecure. But she's also not blind. She sees the red flags, even if they come wrapped in rumors." Angela Simmons was never chasing drama. What she wanted was reassurance. She wanted consistency, real effort, and most importantly, Yo Gotti's presence in her life. She wasn't asking for luxury or headlines, just his time. But then came the moment that shifted everything. When Glorilla on Gotti on Instagram Live, it left him looking off balance and exposed in front of millions. Suddenly, All those picture-perfect posts with Angela felt staged, like smoke and mirrors masking a relationship already cracking. The internet devoured it like a reality show gone wrong. For once, Gotti wasn't steering the narrative. He was scrambling, desperate to win Angela back while the world laughed at the chaos. Angela, though, refused to play that game. No shade, no clapbacks, no messy rants. Silence was her weapon, and it spoke louder than any drag ever could. Then, just when everyone thought she'd stay quiet forever, she delivered what might go down as one of the coldest yet classiest breakup moments in celebrity history. During an interview with Angie Martinez, she was casually asked if she was single. Angela didn't rant or point fingers, she simply smiled and said, "It's best to keep some things quiet. He has my utmost respect and affection." Elegant, sharp, final. She didn't need to spell it out. Everyone knew she was done. And then she added, almost effortlessly, "He's working on his project. I'm glad for him." That one line was hailed as one of the most graceful breakup responses ever. Fans called it pure closure, clean, dignified, and undeniable. But in light of Glorilla's viral eye moment, those words now carry a whole new weight. That "don't need no birdie" moment flipped everything on its head. Suddenly, Angela's calm interview response no longer sounded like quiet support. It felt like foreshadowing. Like she had already seen the storm brewing and was gracefully plotting her exit while holding on to her dignity. Behind the curtain, whispers say Gotti's been working overtime to reel her back in. Calls through mutual friends, surprise flower deliveries, even reaching out to old connections. Anything to get Angela to pick up the phone. Insiders claim she knew far more about the label drama and the glow tension than she ever let on publicly. Looking back, that interview feels less like closure and more like a warning shot. Her way of saying, "I gave this everything, but I refuse to compete with chaos." And here's where the story takes an even messier turn. Blogs allege Gotti's been lurking on Angela's Instagram, liking old photos, leaving subtle breadcrumbs that scream, "I miss you." Fans spotted it immediately and wasted no time clowning him online, calling it the textbook move of a man who fumbled his dream girl and can't let go. Now, the timeline is split. Some are roasting Gotti, saying he went from boldly chasing his dream woman for years to looking like a desperate ex who lost it all in real time. Some people clown him for clinging to the past, while others argue that since he chased Angela so hard before, maybe he deserves one more shot to get it right. But whether you're laughing or sympathizing, one fact remains. Watching him pursue her while the glow drama is still fresh has turned into straight-up social media theater. Through it all, Angela hasn't budged. No rants, no clapbacks, no shade. Just silence. And that silence speaks louder than anything Gotti could ever buy. It's the quiet confidence of a woman already moving on. Meanwhile, every desperate move he makes just fuels the timeline with more content, turning his downfall into entertainment. In 2025, that's the cruelest revenge of all. Yo Gotti's image has completely flipped. Once celebrated as the boss who bagged his dream girl, he's now ridiculed as the man who fumbled her in front of millions. And the hits don't stop there, because while his love life crumbles, his situation with Glorilla isn't much better. Their messy fallout has him stumbling in ways nobody expected. So the bigger question is, why does Gotti look so desperate to crawl back to Angela now? Honestly, this feels bigger than heartbreak. It feels like a man whose entire empire is shaking beneath him. For weeks, whispers have been circling about a potential RICO case tied to CMG. And if those rumors hold weight, then the love story was just the beginning of something far darker. Nothing's official yet, but Yo Gotti's name keeps surfacing, especially with the Young Dolph murder trial pulling Memphis rap drama back into the spotlight. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: when there's smoke in the music industry, there's usually a fire burning behind the curtain. If the whispers carry any truth, Gotti's carefully built boss image could be dangling by a thread. Now imagine being Glorilla in the middle of that storm. She's one of the hottest young artists out, flooded with endorsements, booked at major festivals, and stacking her brand day by day. The last thing she can afford is to get caught up in messy label politics or legal chatter swirling around her CEO. That's why her infamous Instagram live moment suddenly makes sense. It wasn't just shade, it was strategy. It looked like she was protecting her bag before the whole situation spun completely out of control. Meanwhile, Angela's path couldn't be more different. She's not chasing clout or drowning in industry drama. She's a mother, a businesswoman, and she's built a brand rooted in fitness, wellness, and empowerment. The last thing she's going to do is let herself be dragged into RICO rumors, label chaos, or IG beefs. Her calm, Respectful responses weren't random, they were calculated. They were her way of saying, "I'm stepping off this ride before it crashes." And that's what makes it sting even more for Gotti. While Angela quietly leveled up and Glow rolled back to secure her own future, he's the one left looking shaky. The man who once bragged about having it all, his dream girl, a breakout superstar on his label, and a polished boss image, is now single, scrambling to save face, and on the verge of losing the very artist who pushed CMG into the spotlight. Here's the twist. Yo Gotti went from flexing his long-awaited win to desperately trying to hold on to it. What once looked like a fairy tale has spiraled into a full-blown soap opera, with the internet watching every messy detail in real time. Insiders say his attempts to win Angela back have been frantic, dozens of flowers, late-night calls she won't answer, even popping up unannounced. None of it matches the confident boss persona he spent years building. Angela, meanwhile, hasn't flinched. She's laser-focused on her businesses, raising her son, and glowing in a way that screams unbothered. Some blogs even whisper she may be entertaining new suitors. Whether true or not, the message is clear. She's not waiting around for Gotti to figure it out. And then there's the glow factor. When your own artist clowns you on IG Live and starts pulling away, that's one hit. But when the woman you spent years chasing decides she's not coming back, that's a double L the internet won't let slide. The memes have been merciless. Roasting Gotti daily like his downfall is free entertainment. Fans remain divided, some still hoping for a reconciliation, others laughing at what they see as the classic story of a man realizing too late what he lost. This doesn't feel like romance anymore, it feels like the closing credits. Gotti's clinging to Angela because she was the one steady thing in his chaotic world. But with label drama exploding, Glow embarrassing him, and his polished reputation slipping away, Angela is the one piece he'll never get back. And the coldest part? Angela hasn't uttered a single word about Glorilla or CMG drama. Her silence cuts louder than any rant, signaling she's not entertaining the chaos at all. This might go down as one of the messiest, most public heartbreaks hip-hop has ever seen. Think about it. Yo Gotti spent years manifesting Angela, rapping about her, sliding into her DMs, and when he finally locked her down, the culture cheered. But now? After being clowned by his own artist and seemingly iced out by Angela, he looks like a man desperately chasing a chapter that's already been written. That down in the DM fairy tale once felt untouchable, but now it's hanging by a thread, if not completely over. So here's the real question. Can Gotti bounce back from this double L, losing his dream girl and his breakout superstar, or is this the slip-up that will define his legacy? Because in hip-hop, nothing fades quietly. Love, loyalty, power, and pride always collide. And when they do, the fallout becomes the story people never forget. One thing's for sure, Angela is glowing, Glorilla is moving smart, and Gotti is left trying to pick up the pieces. And as the saga keeps twisting, you already know we'll be here to break it all down step by step. So tell me, should Angela give Gotti another shot, or has she officially leveled up and left him behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next wild turn in this drama.